Hey everyone, welcome to Good Talk HQ. The Nintendo eShop is stacked with some killer sales right now, and I've got a lineup of games that you might not want to miss. From cozy adventures to full-on action chaos, we're going to hit the highlights, talk about what makes every game stand out, and let you know if they're worth your time and your money. Let's jump right in. Alright, and we'll start with Evil Tonight, which is a pixel art survival horror game where you play as Sylvia, a modern-day exorcist trapped in an abandoned performing arts school crawling with monsters. It mixes classic Resident Evil-style exploration and puzzles with faster, more action-heavy combat. Every room has handcrafted lighting and atmosphere, backed by a tense, original soundtrack. Now, the game is short, but packed with memorable boss fights and creepy set pieces. It's perfect for fans of retro horror with a modern twist, and right now you can pick it up for just $9.74, matching an all-time low. The deal ends on the 31st. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 is a retro-inspired 2D action platformer. You play as Zangetsu, recruiting a cast of unique allies with their own movesets. Levels are built for replay value, with multiple routes and endings. The big upgrade here from the original is local co-op, letting two players mix abilities for creative stage clears. It features gorgeous 8-bit visuals, tight controls, and multiple characters. It's a must-play for any retro action fan, and right now you can pick it up for just $5.99, matching an all-time low. The deal ends on the 21st. Ultros is a psychedelic Metroidvania set in a giant alien structure called the Sarcophagus, blending intense melee combat with peaceful plant cultivation. Now, the art style is wild and unique, while the looping time mechanic lets you replay key moments to unlock new abilities or routes that you can take. It's deep, strange, and packed with atmosphere, great if you like your games challenging, but meditative. It should offer at least 10 to 11 hours of gameplay, and right now you can pick it up for just $9.99, matching an all-time low. The deal ends on the 26th. Tinykin is a cozy puzzle platformer where you're a tiny explorer in a giant house stuck in 1991. You'll recruit the little creatures called Tinykin to build bridges, blow up obstacles, and solve problems for bug-sized cities. Now, movement is a joy thanks to the soapboard hover mechanic, and there's zero combat. Just exploration, puzzles, and that unique charm. Think of Pikmin, but without the stress, wrapped in a colorful, nostalgic world. Right now you can pick it up for just $6.24, again matching an all-time low. The deal ends on the 28th. Spelunky 2 is the ultimate roguelike platformer, brutal, random, and endless replayability. You'll explore dangerous caverns, dealing with traps, enemies, and unpredictable physics. You can play either solo or with up to a 4-player local or online co-op. Every run is different, and the difficulty is no joke. Completing the main story can take dozens of hours, and it's a modern classic for players who crave high skill ceilings and chaotic fun. Right now you can grab it up for just $7.99, matching an all-time low, and the deal ends on the 18th. Aeterna Noctis is a massive hand-drawn Metroidvania where you play as the King of Darkness, reclaiming his powers across 16 sprawling areas. It's challenging with precise platforming, deep combat customization, and a twisting story full of side quests. The art and animation are gorgeous, but the difficulty can definitely be punishing, so keep that in mind if you plan to pick it up. It is perfect if you enjoy games like Hollow Knight or other games that are easy to pick up but incredibly difficult to master. You're getting 20 to 30 hours of gameplay here. Right now it's matching an all-time low at just $5.99. The deal ends next month on the 9th. Nobody Saves the World is an incredible action RPG where you can shapeshift into over 15 different forms, a rat, a ghost, or even a dragon, and you can mix them up to combine abilities and clear dungeons or solve quests. It's colorful, weird, and funny, with co-op making it even better. The form swapping keeps combat fresh, and if you enjoy games like Guacamelee, the humor will hit as well. It's great for any fan of the genre, and you're getting nearly 20 hours of gameplay. Right now you can grab it up for just $8.74, matching an all-time low. The deal ends on the 25th. 30XTX is Mega Man X-style platforming with roguelike randomness added in. You play as Ace with melee combos or Nina for ranged attacks, with fresh levels, enemies, and upgrades on every run. You can tackle the game solo or in online or local co-op. It nails the tight controls, pixel-perfect platforming, and constant replayability. If you enjoy old Mega Man games or you played 20XTX, 30XTX is just an evolution of that game, and it is incredible. Both of them are two of my favorite indie games on the Switch, and right now you can grab 30XTX for just $9.99, again matching an all-time low. The deal ends on the 22nd. Up next is Resident Evil 5, which is an action-heavy co-op Resident Evil set in Africa, starring Chris and Shiva. It's got tense gunplay, hordes of infected, and big boss fights, plus all of the DLC is included. It leans more towards the shooting than survival, so horror purists might find it a little bit less scary, and it definitely doesn't really fit with the rest of the series, but for fans of co-op campaigns and over-the-top set pieces, it's still a blast to play through. You're getting about 10 to 15 hours of gameplay, and right now it's on sale for just $9.99. The deal ends on the 23rd. Shinsekai Into the Depths is a gorgeous underwater exploration game where you manage oxygen and suit pressure while navigating ruins and checking out the cool sea life. Now there's no combat, it's more about discovery and atmosphere and puzzle solving. The 3D audio design is excellent, so definitely wear headphones if you play. It's a unique, slower paced experience from Capcom that should offer about 10 hours of gameplay. Right now you can pick it up for just $9.99, again matching an all-time low. The deal ends on the 23rd. Up next is Gost of Time, which is a weird top-down puzzle game with time and clone-based mechanics. Your past actions play out alongside you as you work with or against your previous selves to solve puzzles. Now it's weird, darkly funny, and sometimes a bit brain-melting. It isn't a very long game, there's only like 25 or 30 levels, but it is definitely a pretty unique game. If you're a fan of the genre and looking for something a little bit different than the norm, this is a great choice. Now it is a brand new game, but they are doing an introductory sale of 20%, so you can grab it for just $7.99. The deal ends on the 16th. Heaven Dust 2 is a love letter to Resident Evil with fixed camera survival horror, puzzles, and zombie slaying. Now there's more action here than the first game, plus weapon upgrades and big boss fights. The story has branching paths with multiple endings, and it's about 10 hours long. If you're a fan of old school classic survival horror games like Resident Evil, and you enjoy that campy dialogue that comes with it, definitely check this one out. Right now you can grab it for just $7.49. The deal ends on the 28th, and again it is matching an all-time low. The Night of the Rabbit is a whimsical and emotional point-and-click adventure game about a boy following a white rabbit into a magical forest. Now it starts off lighthearted but turns surprisingly dark with a long, story-rich campaign full of talking animals, clever puzzles, and heartfelt moments. It would be ideal for any fan of narrative-driven games like Deponia or Monkey Island, and you're looking at about 10 to 15 hours of gameplay. Right now you can grab it up for just $6.99, a brand new low, and the deal ends on the 19th. Next is The Outer Worlds, which is a sci-fi RPG from the creators of Fallout New Vegas, where your choices shape your story, your companions, and the fate of a corporate-run colony. It's packed with humor, branching quests, and combat that lets you go stealthy, tech-heavy, or full guns blazing. Now, there are some performance issues or hiccups on the Switch, but it is still one of the better modern RPGs on the platform. And again, you're getting 10 to 20 hours of gameplay. Right now you can grab it for just $7.49. Again, a brand new low, and the deal ends on the 25th. Streets of Rage 4 is a slick, hand-drawn revival of the classic beat-em-up series. You can play solo or co-op with up to 4 people local or 2 online across 12 stages, mixing new moves with retro characters and music from the original games. The combat feels great, the soundtrack is stellar, and it's loaded with unlockables. Of course, this is one of the better modern beat-em-ups on any console, but especially here on the Switch. And right now you can grab it for just $8.74, again matching an all-time low. The deal ends on the 18th. Alright folks, and here are some other deals to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright everyone, that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you had a good time. If you found the video enjoyable or helpful, please remember to leave a like and let me know down below what games you're planning to pick up. Or if you picked up something that I didn't talk about, let me know that as well. I love hearing from you all what you're playing. Thanks again for hanging out, and if this was your first time here, there's so many more videos on the channel that you can check out. Make sure to subscribe with the bell on so you don't miss notifications, and I'll catch you on the next one.